Welcome to the UglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Quincey.
And your other host, Justin.
So let's start with your tea today, because this one kind of caught you by surprise that we had it in the house.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had it before, but it's Watermelon Lime Zinger by Celestial Seasonings. I do enjoy their herbal fruit blends.
Fruit blends. Let me see the box.
Here's the box.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is supposed to be, I think, iced. Now, I could be wrong.
I don't give a fuck. It tastes good warm.
So you're drinking it warm and you're happy with it.
Well,
I'm curious. Do you think it would make a good iced tea? Like, could you see this being kept in the fridge? And
oh yeah.
Would you like that?
Yeah, but I would probably use all of them in one go in a giant 2-liter pitcher.
Gotcha. So it's watermelon and lime.
Yeah, I can. The lime is prominent. The watermelon's soothing. Make my throat feel good.
The watermelon's not like too watery. I feel like a lot of times with watermelon drinks, like it's
Um,
a very watery fruit already.
the lime kind of sets it off.
Okay. Good.
It's a good Celestial Seasonings knows how to do fruit blends, not necessarily like their green tea stuff, because that usually sits at the bottom of my stomach and I go, I need some bread or something.
What kind of tea is this?
I think it's just a fruit.
It says it's an herbal tea.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yoink. Hibiscus, rose hips. So it is just like a natural. So I would say maybe what is hibiscus? I think hibiscus is white.
They're flowers.
I know they're flowers, but what kind of tea does it make?
Oh, I don't know. I know it's what sloths eat mostly.
I love sloths.
Yeah, sloths are
also
adorable.
amazing.
They make weird noises.
Hibiscus tea is a
Doesn't say.
doesn't say, but it says it makes like a red.
Yeah, it shows like a reddish color. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I guess hibiscus makes sense with that. Now, you brought me something today.
Yes.
Now, it's the 1850. I didn't know, but this is a Folgers company. And I've seen 1850 all over the place. It's got the little SF and the little CA to the sides, and 1850 big and bold. It's got like the stamp that makes it look like you sealed it old-timey. But it says the Folger coffee cone. I never realized. So this one's the black gold. It's fire roasted dark roast coffee, dark chocolatey. I don't get the chocolatey, but what I told you, because you asked, I did try it black. I burnt my tongue, but this is one where if someone offered me a black cup of coffee and was like, I don't have any sugar, I would drink this. I still prefer my sugar and cream in it, but I would drink it black if someone offered it. But there are certain ones out there where if they offer it to me and they don't have cream or sugar, I'd be like, thanks. And like you said, dump it in the plant next to me.
Yeah.
So then watch that thing shrivel up and die. So let's move on. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start here?
Let's start here. Go ahead and get our well wishes out to the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair is back in the hospital again. TMZ kind of blew this up a little bit, and then they, as we can see right here in front of us, that it was like, wait, we got to run it back. He's not in critical condition, etc., etc. He is expected to make a full recovery. He is set to be released soon. It's just some health complications, and that kind of worries me a little. But at the same time, I know he's the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing,
robe wearing.
Yeah, oh my god.
No, I mean, he's 70.
He is 70, but at the same time, he's fit for 70.
Yeah, no, he's fit for 70. The man bleeds like crazy whenever he fights.
They keep cutting him.
But I don't even think you need to cut him anymore. I think you just look at him and he bleeds. That forehead breaks open so easily. But so I mean, when you get 70 and you end up in the hospital, people overreact. It happens. So I'm glad to hear he's doing well, though.
Yes.
And that was your phone that went off, so that everyone knows who to blame.
That's
fine. But I'm glad he's doing all right. I like his daughter, Charlotte. She's down there wrestling.
Yep.
She's pretty good. I don't want to watch a lot of wrestling. I catch pay-per-view every now and then. I mostly watch old stuff. I watch like In Your House.
Yeah,
you know?
I also prefer the old over the new. Right now, there's not a lot of good angles going on. All my favorite wrestlers that I like right now are getting fucking shafted. Braun Strowman getting shafted. Elias getting shafted. Baron Corbin continues to be shafted. Like, give him a heel turn that actually gives him some power. Quit giving him a heel turn that makes him look like a punk ass. Like, Baron Corbin, I know, screwed up earlier last year, but don't keep lording it over him. He's a very, very marvelous talent that's getting screwed. And then you got Money in the Bank that's supposed to be coming out here soon. I don't know how it's going to be.
So, I want to ask you something.
But that's all I'm going to say on wrestling.
Do you know who Tom Savini is?
No.
Okay,
So
so
I'm gonna go ahead and just double down on the no.
big time FX makeup guy, prop guy, did the stuff on the original Friday the 13th, built a bunch of props for a bunch of different movies.
Okay, that's where I heard the name. Okay.
So he's got a company now that does all of that. It's not just
Ooh.
him anymore. They actually just did a mask for a WWE guy. I'm going to show you the tweet and let you react. What do you think of that? It looks kind of clownish,
Bray Wyatt.
sharkish.
Okay.
You like that?
Because, Bray, when he came back, everyone was like, oh, about time he comes back because, people like Bray in the ring. He's a very versatile wrestler, albeit he's very big. That is a nice mask for him. I could see him working alongside either Finn Balor or Randy Orton. Like, that opens up a lot of possibilities for him. But still, he came back like as a Mr. Rogers on crack kind of ordeal where he was like all smiles and I'm back, children. I'm sorry that I was in this ordeal in the darkness. But now I see the light. That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's a good angle. Keep it up. And then you showed me that. Keep it up.
So you like the new mask?
I like the new mask.
So,
it actually puts a little bit more personality into someone who's kind of bland right now, considering he's coming back. He's having to come back forcibly.
Tom Savini's company also just did Slipknot's new masks. How do those look?
Oh my god.
Kind of gnarly, right?
Okay.
So you guys gotta just go jump on Google, just Slipknot's new mask or
Bray Wyatt's
Bray
new
Wyatt's
mask.
new mask. They'll come up. I follow Savini on Twitter, so that's where I'm getting these from.
God, I would like to have a mask commissioned by him.
Yeah,
I actually have an idea.
So, how much do you remember from the original Friday the 13th? I know you're not big into horror. So.
I have seen 1, 2, 3, and the remake.
Okay, so 1 being the one where spoilers for a movie from the fucking 80s. The 1 being the one where it's the mom. Jason's not a thing yet. Like, kid Jason was. But
Yeah.
So remember the scene where Kevin Bacon dies, and it's the and the blood just kind of squirts out.
Yeah.
Savini's under the bed, and they're doing a pump, and it's his assistant or his friend or whatever doing the pump, and the pump breaks, and they panic because they're filming and they don't want to reset everything, so he grabs it and blows into the tube, and that's why the blood just out of it. So yeah, he's a sex machine and From Dusk Till Dawn.
I need to rewatch that movie.
Okay, that'll be one we add to the list.
Yeah.
Which we can talk about that really quick if you
We
want.
can talk about that list. Okay, so last week we were supposed to talk about Solo and The Last Jedi, but we kind of went...
Yeah. So Solo and Last Jedi was actually a first for both of us. Neither one of us had seen those yet.
Correct.
So I think you being the not too Star Wars-y guy, you should take these first.
Okay. I am huge into Star Wars now. I have actually done a lot of research. I have actually done some digging. I
love it. I'm smiling. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm smiling ear to ear. I love it.
You got me back into it. It was the prequels that pulled me out, but it's the new sequels that got me back in. The Porgs, BB, the personalities, even old Han and Chewie, the twist for it, and then all of a sudden we went back and watched Solo and tried to figure out his origins. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a little unexpected. It was a little shaky with how it went about explaining some things. Woody did his best. Bless his sweet soul. I love him as an actor. But
I thought it was an all-star cast.
It was an all-star cast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But it's just, I don't know. It felt really. Here's the card. Here's the card. Here's the card. Here's the card. You know all the cards. Okay, so what cards did I just show you? I already know the cards. There are these. Oh, okay. We knew how it was gonna, because Woody even said midway through the movie, you can't trust anybody, kid. Not even your best friends. It's like,
you can always trust Chewbacca.
You can always trust Chewie. And then, fucking the fact that they had to relevate how old Chewie was. They had to relevate on how old Han was at that time. They had to relevate on Lando mispronouncing Han as Han. They had to relevate on Lando being a cheater. They had to relevate on... They just had to keep pulling things that were already established. And I'm like,
At the same time, there were certain pulls that I loved.
Oh, yeah. Like the I hate you. I know. Like, that was a good... You get a small golf clap for that. But I just felt like it was a lot of pulls from the original. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it was like you could have done something a little bit more strong.
But what I like is what they did for the original fans, the people who watch the re-renderings of a New Hope and are like, oh, Han shot first. Well, in Solo, Han shot first. And I fucking loved that. I was giddy as shit.
You were walking back. You were up on your feet. You were going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just like, Han fucking shot first. You know, it was a great moment. It's like, so no matter what version of A New Hope you've seen, you can finally see Han shooting first. Now, we had mentioned the week before that we were going to watch this, and it brought up the fact that I brought up how Chewie looks in it. And then we sat down and I realized Chewie doesn't look any different.
I mean, he looks a little skinnier because of his younger age, quote unquote, because he was, 250?
Well, that's the thing. The prequels happened before all this.
I know.
Saw Chewie in the third prequel.
Oh, that's
he
right.
Helps Yoda escape his planet.
That's right. But even still, he looked a little gaunt.
The thing I was
starved.
The thing I was bringing in when I was like, have you seen the way Chewie looks? Is all the trailers, all the images I thought was the 5 seconds Chewbacca's got the goggles on. So I thought the goggles were a thing throughout the whole movie. They were in a 5-second scene. So I thought the goggles were adorable. And I'm going to expect to see goggle Chewbacca all over the place. And I'm like, no goggle Chewbacca.
No goggle Chewbacca.
But there was also the fact that we finally saw how the Millennium Falcon did the run in 12 parsecs. Because parsecs are distance, not speed.
Or time.
I was always confused.
Yeah, no one knew what a parsec was. There was that heavy speculation. There was a guy who made a whole Wikipedia post on it who was saying, I'm a blah blah professor, blah 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 blah, this that, and I'm like, but is it truth? No, we have to wait till someone comes out and says something about it. You can't just say a parsec is this. No, it's not your thing to write. If it's a fake word with fake meaning, find where the definition comes from and relevate that definition. Don't make up shit.
Yeah. So I was very happy to finally see how the Falcon did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Now let's move over to Last Jedi, unless there's anything else you want to say on Solo.
Oh, it was a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
It was very entertaining.
I don't understand the hate it gets. It gets a lot of hate.
It gets. I can see why, because it's very not original.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned, it pulled a lot of things from his quote unquote future into the past, and I'm like, a lot of it didn't need to be there. Having the old flame come back as technically an antagonist.
That was the one thing that's confusing me still. Mm-hmm. So, big spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen Solo. If you have not seen Solo, you need to skip ahead just a little bit right now. And I'm going to say it right now.
Okay.
Why the fuck did they show us Darth Maul? Where's that going to play in?
Oh, that's right.
You know who played him?
The someone else.
It wasn't the guy that originally played him.
I know.
Instead, it's Starkiller from
the video
Force
game.
Awakens.
Wow.
Who also voices Paul, but no, not Palpatine. He voices somebody in Battlefront 2, the current one. So he's all over the Star Wars universe.
He's having fun.
I actually really like him as a regular actor. He was really great in Being Human. So I want to see him do more roles where he's not being hidden behind voice acting or makeup. I'm not saying he's bad.
I kind of want to get us pulled into where we get into a stormtrooper costume, just so we can say we acted like Craig and
Daniel Craig
and who else?
The other one wasn't a stormtrooper, but it was Simon Pegg. He's the big guy that gives her the meals.
Oh, really?
For the scrap, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I pointed it out. You didn't.
I didn't hear you.
That was for Force Awakens. The one Rey turns in the scrap for.
I'll give you a quarter portion.
Yeah, a quarter portion. That's Peg.
Really?
Yeah. So let's move to Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. I liked it a lot. I liked it a hell of a lot.
Fans were pissed.
That's fine. They can be pissed because I'll admit it was very entertaining. It had all of the good moments. It had oh my god, Kylo Ren being just an absolute lunatic and a bother to even himself. That too.
I gave him the little
flick of the shoulder. Yeah. That scene was fucking amazing. Like I could see why he did it. And when I caught on originally when he was doing nothing but like the dodging instead of actually deflecting, I'm like, why is he doing that?
See, I knew about it and I still wasn't fully convinced.
And then all of a sudden, as soon as he finished off, he's just like, you didn't get me.
So the Porgs were adorable.
Porgs were fucking adorable.
They exist purely because of a native bird to the island they were filming on that would not get out of the shots.
Where was this island?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Probably pull it up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Chewie was great. I enjoyed the story, and yeah.
Ireland. Ooh,
Okay, Ireland.
hoity-toity-to. Don't get mad at me, I'm Irish.
Yeah, see, you can do that. You're Irish. I can't. I do it. They can get mad.
I give you a pass to do the hoity-toity-to.
Just,
I give you a hoity-toity pass. I give you the...
I'm gonna bank it and save it for later. Now, see, I can do Dutch. I can make fun of Dutch people, except there's nothing really to make fun of them for.
they are very efficient people.
Some of them are potheads. I mean,
there's nothing. That's not negative.
Yeah, I don't mind being. I'm only second generation.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
All right, but other than that, I enjoyed the movie. It was great. It was entertaining. It had good structure. It had Yoda fucking laughing at Luke, going, "You're a fucking idiot."
So I was so psyched, and then I kind of sat there and went, "Yoda looks really bad."
It was a little sketchy, but
it looked like they brought the old puppet out and then CGI'd a blue glow on him.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Albeit with that, it was still a good scene. Yeah, It was great. Where he was just like, "But what about those tags? What? Those? I don't give a fuck about those." All right, and spoilers.
No, sorry. You should have asked me first because the thing people were mad about with that movie.
Restart spoilers.
The thing people are mad about with that movie is what happens with Luke. How he goes out. And to the point that people were like, you need to go back and rectify this. People started signing petitions. It was very Sonic drawing, you know?
My God.
But they're like, we want you to re-release this movie with him surviving, yada, yada, yada. I think it was great the way he went out. It was very Obi-Wan. I thought it was amazing and paid nothing but respect to the franchise.
I think it went out better than Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's was quick. You had to adjust quickly. With Luke's, he was like, okay, I said my goodbyes. I've done everything I need to do. I've pissed off the Empire with what I had. I had trained up one last Jedi. Well,
how did you feel about Leia's scene?
Oh, where she fucking turned into Superwoman?
Yeah, or she's in space and...
Real talk, I knew that she had a little bit because of that weird precognition that she always had.
Yeah, she knew when...
there's sayings that, of course, Han was also of...
Explains his luck.
Which explains his luck, but then at the same time, it can't keep giving, man. The Force is everything and anything, but at the same time, it's nothing and it's
everywhere and
it's
anywhere.
The void. Yeah, but that's I don't know.
So.
Personally, I am a firm believer of luck. We live in Vegas, and
the Han one's not confirmed. The Han one's a fan theory.
Yeah,
the Leia one is now confirmed.
Yeah, where she's just like, I can see into the
future. That whole thing was cool.
I played the fucking Superman theme.
I didn't have that spoiled for me. So that, like, watching it years later, even because like
we waited.
Well, yeah, that scene not being spoiled for me, I'm just like, it was amazing to me.
And you're right. I would like this chilled.
Would you?
Yeah. Sorry.
the fan's starting to cool it down a little bit, and you're kind of getting.
I'm like, ooh, that is really relaxing.
Bruce them up, throw it in the fridge. I wonder if that would work as a sun brew. You know, where you put it in the water out in the sun, and you let it brew, and then you put it over ice. I wonder if it would work for that. So, I enjoyed the movie. I wasn't expecting Snoke to go out so quick.
I wasn't either. Like, real talk, Snoke looked like he was going to be an actual antagonist. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, he goes out like a bitch. I'm like, Kylo, you're actually not doing something that's structured toward your well-being.
Yeah.
And then he works back to back with Rey, and I'm like, this is even weirder. And then when she denies him, he says, well, looks like I gotta go back to killing you again. And it's like...
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to turn good, but I wasn't expecting Snoke to go out so quickly. I thought there would have been more to it.
Or, well, people are saying Snoke's a clone. And I'm like, that's a fine theory, but at the same time, I don't know.
After that trailer for Rise of Skywalker, I don't think we're seeing Snoke again.
I don't think we're going to see Snoke,
that
but then...
fucking laugh. We're sitting in theaters, and I'm just... Because that trailer, we watched it when we went and saw Endgame and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So, I played the campaign on Battlefront 2.
Okay.
It takes place... It starts pretty much moments before and during number 6 as they blow up the Death Star outside. Like one point you're on Endor looking up, or the moon of Endor looking up,
And they're shooting at.
you see it blow up.
Oh.
And it kind of from there kind of bridges to the beginning of the map that will lead to Luke and all that, and then later on it kind of does a time jump to Kylo first getting on the trail of trying to find the map to Luke. So that was kind of an interesting little fill-in. It was enjoyable, but I know Battlefront's got a lot of negative stuff because of all of its loot boxes. So.
Okay. And then last week you had me watch 2 movies.
Let me clarify. Lauren had you watch 2 movies, one of which I'm 100% down that you should have watched. The other one, if you want to watch, fine. It's a funny movie. I don't think it's a classic by any means.
Wait, which one are we talking about as far as that?
This one is not a classic, but funny. And if you want to watch it because it's funny. The other one I think is a must-see.
Okay. So the first one, the one that you don't really recommend, is Waiting. Don't get me wrong, I am okay with Ryan Reynolds, and seeing early Ryan Reynolds made me go, where the fuck did he change?
After Blade Trinity? I don't know.
Probably. Probably.
I mean, his raunchy era was fun. Van Wilder's fun. This movie is fun.
It's fun, but is it good?
It's not bad.
It's not... would I watch it again?
I've watched this movie several times, so...
But would you... If you had this movie and something that you haven't seen that you're kind of halfway interested in, which one would you see?
Probably the halfway interested.
Okay, then.
So
I mean, there's always going to be something a little bit better. I mean,
Did we state what movie? We didn't.
We did.
No,
Waiting.
Okay, I don't know if you said it. Waiting. Just be on the safe side.
Yeah, no, I did.
And I have watched the sequel to it, too. The sequel kind of fucks a few things up from the first one, honestly.
I don't know. Having drugs, sex, alcohol, and then the awkward flirting with high school girls, I was just like, okay, cool. And then a guy who has stage fright pissing. I don't know. It had a lot of weird
real world problems,
but all coming together for no real reason. The second movie,
I mean,
is a movie that I'm sure I'm going to get a little bit of flack for.
I can't believe you hadn't seen this.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Pulp Fiction. I have not seen Pulp Fiction until last week.
You gotta have a fucking opinion. You gotta have an opinion.
I have an opinion. It's very talky.
That's the thing, though. And we were talking about this while you were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Tarantino can do what I would never be able to do, and that's write dialogue.
Yeah.
He is a dialogue master.
Yeah, he knows how to do dialogue. He knows how to do bridging scenes, but I'm like, where did the plot go? Like, real talk, when she was having her little crash, and then I was like, okay, this is during this time before he goes over to do that.
The order can be difficult, but
it is a little difficult. But at the same time, I'm like, but why?
Because it's Tarantino.
It's because it's Tarantino.
This was his second movie.
People say when I look shaved, I look just like Tarantino.
I see it. Young Tarantino. I see it.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but at the same time, like, I don't want to look like anyone else. But
Tarantino in From Dusk Till
Dawn. I've heard that exactly.
Because he wears glasses in that role.
Yeah, I've heard that exact thing. I need to go back through that movie. I think I just
that'll be one we watch. It's got like 4 sequels. From Dusk Till Dawn does, and none of them are
original. Just the original. Because it has George Clooney. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Then it's a movie I'm thinking
and
of.
Cheech playing 2 different characters. Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Doing 2 characters?
Yeah.
Okay. And Penelope Cruz?
No. Selma Hayek.
Ah, okay.
And what's her name? Christmas Vacation, the daughter. Natural Born Killers. Woody Harrelson's girl.
You want to?
Oh, I can't think.
Yeah,
pull it up. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
Hold on, everybody. Hang on.
I'm racking my brain. Right there. Juliette Lewis, and like I said, Tom Savini. Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
So it's got a really good cast.
Yeah. But I mean, I liked it. I liked Pulp Fiction. It was a good movie. I don't know. It was all over the place with how things were. Having the scene where Uma was going over the Kill Bill plot.
That was fun, right?
That was years before it. I got it. Because when was Kill Bill?
Well, let's see. Pulp Fiction was 94, and Kill Bill was 2003.
So almost 10 years.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. To have something already written for a plot 10 years ago and being like, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna do some other movies. We're gonna do like Reservoir Dogs or something.
Well, Reservoir Dogs was first.
Was it?
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is his first one. Yeah, 92.
Oh wow.
Then
We're gonna do insert movie here. Fuck's sake.
He True Romance, Jackie Brown. He did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he's all over the place, but I enjoy his work.
He's all over the place, but when you stop thinking about it, he's actually only directed 9 movies.
Really?
Yes.
Oh well, even still, he's a fine director, fine writer. I don't have no problem with any of it. This after this podcast, we're gonna watch first 2 of the new Star Wars.
Yeah, we're gonna watch not Star Wars, Star Trek.
Star Trek. Fuck.
We're gonna watch the first 2 Star Trek J.J. Abrams Star
Slayers.
Trek movies, and then
Don't
next week we're gonna watch the 3rd one, which I haven't seen the 3rd one,
Okay.
and we're gonna watch Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen Reservoir
I have
Dogs.
I think I've seen it, but it's been so long that a refresher might be needed.
So now, whenever I find out someone hasn't watched Pulp Fiction, there's always a scene I sit there to watch their reaction to, and it's not the basement scene with Ving Rhames and Bruce Willis.
No, that one, I don't know. I felt like it was the weird scene from Clerks 2 where the donkey comes in.
Yeah. But it's the Marvin having an opinion scene in the car. That's the scene I wait for people's reactions. Marvin, what's your opinion? Man, I don't even have an opinion. Well, you gotta have an opinion. Bang! That is the best reaction, and your reaction was fucking amazing. I wish I had been recording
and
it.
what sucks is it was Phil Lamar, who is one of my favorite actors / voice actors. I love Phil Lamar.
Static Shock, right?
Static Shock, Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's.
I follow him on Twitter. He posted something about an opinion the other day, and I was like, I don't even have an opinion. I was hoping he was gonna say something back, and he didn't. But no, God, your reaction was perfect because anyone that hasn't seen it, I'm sorry, but he shoots Marvin in the face, and Justin just what? Okay. I just shot Marvin in the face. The hell'd you do that for?
I didn't mean to.
Okay, so yeah, that's what we've watched so far, and I am going to have him like we said, he's gonna watch the first 2 J.J. Abrams Star Treks this week. We'll talk about those next week. The Lens Flare, the movie,
pretty much.
And then
put on your 3D glasses, kids.
Then next week we're gonna watch the 3rd one, which I haven't seen, and we'll watch Reservoir Dogs, and then from there, I don't think we have anything planned yet, but we will keep working on them. So let's go into this because I thought this is a good tie-in to last week's episode.
Okay, last week we talked about the what ifs. I managed to read both the What If the Peter Parker Became the Punisher, #1, and it's a really good read. It's a what if he only had to deal with certain villains once, kind of a la Punisher-esque, and then he comes down to the finale of I'm doing more harm than good. This is actually dangerous. Sure, crime rate's down, but I'm making everything unsafe. It had a really good ending. But the one that really got me was the second one I read, which was What If Flash Thompson Became Spider-Man? I'm not going to spoil nothing on this one, because this one's actually kind of unique.
Good read.
It's a good read. What I will say, though, is Peter gets kind of screwed in this universe. Mm-hmm. And there's a Watcher-esque individual that kind of has a monologue during the beginning portion. And it explains a little bit. He says, I've seen the multiverse. I know of all endings of all universes, but this one is just something I want to show you. And I'm like, okay, that's a good way to show us this scenario.
Yeah.
So I recommend it. It is What If Flash Thompson Became Spider-Man #1. It's the one-off.
Yeah, they're one-offs. They're fun in the sense that it kind of gives you something to look at without ever having to take it serious.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it is like a serious take on it.
Yeah, because they both really were.
Yeah, and I mean, just go check them out. They're not too bad. I'm sure you can find them online. I found the one on Comixology, and then one I had to go out and find an illegitimate copy, but it was through a subsidiary website. And I don't know if it was legit or not, but
we do everything legal here. I don't know what you're talking about.
We do everything by the book. It was on a website, on Google. Google supports legal things. Enough said.
Okay.
But I enjoyed both of them. Both of them were really nice reads. The art was pretty good. I liked it.
So now this is the thing I try to do is I try to get you to read some different comics because I grew up watching a lot of stuff and I grew up reading a lot of stuff. And so therefore my library of both film and television as well and comics and even regular books is pretty full that it gets a little more difficult for me to talk about something from a first time thing unless it's new.
Mm-hmm.
But I can always have you go back and read old stuff or watch old stuff because there's a lot you haven't seen or read. For instance, I've had you read a lot of old Batman.
Yeah, the Long
Halloween
and Hush.
I had you read Hush, which just dropped its trailer.
Yes, it did. I was about to mention that. I'm kind of hyped for it. Even though it's going. What sucks is I want theatrical releases. I know it's going to sound very blanche, but I want theatrical releases for these movies because I think it'll do well on the big screen.
That's the thing. It would do well on the big screen, but not Marvel. Sorry,
DC.
DC and Warner Brothers can't get their shit together for it. Because if you go and watch Batman vs Superman, having read the amount of comics I have, you stop and go, "Wait, this is 3 plots."
Yeah,
it's not one plot. That's why that movie was so gunked up. That and Martha,
Mom.
But the fact that it was 3 different stories that should have been happening at 3 different points gunked the shit out of it.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
So,
but I mean, I saw the trailer. You saw the trailer. It looks good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I want to watch the trailer again, honestly.
Yeah,
I just want to keep watching it.
Yeah, it's a good trailer. It's a
great story.
It's a great story.
The DC animated is amazing. And also we got another look at TMNT Batman.
Oh, I didn't get that, but
they see the Batmobile and react to it.
Aww.
Yeah, so
they're little tiny turtle nerds. But sticking around the lines of detectives, I had mentioned ages ago how I was a big fan of Rainbow Six Siege. They're getting their James Bond-esque looking defender named Warden and a ex-ghost, exfil called Knock as an attacker. Both look individual. They both look very interesting, but I just don't quite know what their roles are. I mean, as far as their abilities, they both come off very individual. I don't know. I'll have to wait to see some gameplay during the PBE. Playtest, PTE.
We got a couple things for Ubisoft today on the news, but let's stick with this for now. While I'm upset with Ubisoft on another point that we'll talk about here in a little bit, I love what they're doing over on the Tom Clancy side of things because finally the Tom Clancy games feel like a universe.
Yeah.
Because you're getting all these characters showing up in Siege. You're getting all these characters showing up in Wildlands. Wildlands just did a story like we were talking about with John Berthenol to set up the new Ghost game. Siege now has a connection to Ghost by pulling an old Ghost in. There's just all these connections everywhere, and it's finally a universe. And if you read Clancy, a lot of his books actually are connected.
Yeah.
There's a book that, unless you pay attention, you don't realize is actually set in the same universe as Reacher, because Reacher's dad shows up in it. It's before Reacher's even born.
Yeah, and Reacher runs into Sam, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. And then the guy that's the main focus of the book later on shows up in Reacher's books. And
I want to say Reacher was mentioned in, Conviction.
Maybe. I haven't read all of Clancy's.
No, I'm talking the game.
Oh, the game. Okay. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
I like it. I'm hoping Ubisoft does well by Tom Clancy's books, and I hope that the next Rainbow Six, Vegas, I don't know what it's going to be. I hope that they work toward another good campaign, because don't get me wrong, Siege is a great multiplayer game, but I don't know. I like having tactics where breach and clear is the main focus, and they had Vegas. Vegas was okay.
They had Vegas too.
Okay. But
what I would like to see is do another Rainbow Six game where it has a campaign that is breaching clear and all that, but also has the Siege side where it's multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty it, where you have the campaign and the multiplayer on one game.
Yeah.
Sorry, old Call of Duty, because the new one kind of fucked that up. But that's the next step I'd like to see from Rainbow Six, because I didn't get into Siege. I don't really play Siege. I tried a free weekend on it. I see the appeal to the game. It just wasn't for me because I don't have a team to go play with and everything. But if it had had a campaign, I would have stayed for the campaign. So, do you want to move over to the upsetting news for Ubisoft then, since we're here?
So,
Oh well, this one's not upsetting. You can do this one.
all right, what's the upsetting?
Um,
Let's go ahead and mix it up because I don't know what the upsetting one. Oh, the Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. So they just tweeted,
Okay.
Skull and Bones is being delayed again. And I know you're saying back in January it was delayed. No, it's being delayed again.
And I was like, what? How?
So they're saying that they just really want to release something good, and it's because of us that they're delaying it because they really want to do well for us. And then there's a guy on. This is all on their Twitter page. There's a guy that asked, "Will it be coming or girl?" I'm not entirely sure.
They them.
There was a person that asked, "Is this going to be next gen and current gen then, since it's getting delayed again, and the PlayStation 5 is looking like it's going to be out the end of next year?" And they responded with this whole thing about how they can't speculate on next gen consoles right now, blah 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 blah. And they went, "Okay, fine. So is it going to be coming out this gen then?" And they went with, "Oh, we can't give any information on that right now." It's like, so it's going to be next gen, and I'm going to have to go and buy a $600 console. Oh, wait a minute. How much is the PlayStation 5 looking like? It's like an $800 console? Okay.
Some people are saying that. Some people aren't.
We don't actually know yet.
Yeah, we don't. We have no clue. IGN said it was 6. I heard some other things of 8.
I'm not excited for the. I'm not excited, but I'm not excited. I'm not like hyped for Skull and Bones. If Skull and Bones comes out and is a good game, cool. I'll probably get it. If Skull and Bones comes out as a shit game, oh, that sucks. But this is not the way to get me hyped for it.
This is not, no. But leaning back toward the plus side of Ubisoft, they're working on 3 projects that no one knows about. Now, having Far Cry, Rainbow Six, For Honor, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, they have a lot of things under their plate. Because, what's it called? Assassin's Creed is taking a break.
Yeah, they I think they are taking another year off, right?
That is correct. They're going to work harder on the next one. So, okay. You have a lot under your plate. Maybe some new IPs, maybe?
I wouldn't be mad at a new IP, but the last new IP we got was For Honor, and let's be honest. I bought the game, I played it once.
I like it. It's just some of the characters are overpowered and you have to pay for them.
It was insanely repetitive, too.
Well, that's kind of the appeal.
Not to me.
I know.
I wanted it to mix up. So here's the thing. I don't want Far Cry right now because I don't feel like they've put enough time in to get a good new Far Cry. I think they need at least to wait another year before we get another Far Cry.
Okay.
A new Rainbow Six? Fine. That I'll be cool with.
Yeah.
For Honor, I mean, it's been enough time that they could have worked on a new one. I just don't really know where it's going to go. Splinter Cell. That hypes me up because what was the last one we got? Was it Conviction?
I think it was Conviction.
Okay. And Conviction, it was Sam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sam had a crossover level in Wildlands.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that was them gearing up.
Blacklist.
Oh, Blacklist. I didn't play Blacklist.
I was like, that didn't sound right.
So I guess for me it was probably Conviction was the last one I played.
Conviction was the last one I went through too. Good shit.
But Sam had a crossover with Wildlands, so it would make sense that they're hyping them up. They're getting ready. But so did Siege. So you were telling me, didn't Siege?
Siege moved. Siege moved over into Wildlands. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It had a crossover with Wildlands.
I thought you were saying Splinter Cell went into Siege.
No. Splinter Cell went into to Wildlands,
yes.
and Siege went Wildlands. So both of those are very possible because they're like, hey, check us out.
And then again, if we're on that same exact subject, Predator game.
Okay. There actually is a Predator game. I'll tell you about that. That's one of my news stories today. But that's not connected to this.
Oh.
But what I heard when you read this that I got excited for, I want a new Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs would be good.
I really enjoyed one. I know a lot of people didn't, but I really enjoyed one.
I didn't like one from a technical aspect only because I was actively trying to break the game, and a couple of the problems actually pulled me out enough to not finish it.
Yeah.
But
I went and played 2, and 2 was fun, but 2 was hipster on drugs. Like, it was just so much hipster. Beautiful fucking game, though.
San Fran?
Yeah. And I've been to San Fran multiple times in my life. In fact, I went to San Fran last year, which it's a lot dirtier now. No offense, San Francisco. It's a lot dirtier now. The game doesn't show that part. But it even had a fun thing where you, for one of the DLCs, hunted down a Zodiac copycat. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it was cool. Ubisoft seems to have someone there that likes things like that too, because there was a bonus mission that you got for Assassin's Creed Syndicate where you hunted down Jack the Ripper. So I think someone over at Ubisoft has a thing for that. So I'm ready for the next Watch Dogs, and we talked about this a while back. I think Seattle will be the next best spot to set
Seattle would be good, and then I think I mentioned somewhere up north or somewhere in Texas.
I think the problem with Texas would be is you really got one big city.
A couple: Houston, Austin, San Jose.
They're not skyscraper cities, though.
Doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but with the way Chicago went for the first one, I kind of like the whole skyscraper thing.
Okay, then what about Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas is boring. This place sucks.
Yeah.
I will say, Vegas strong.
Vegas strong.
I'm fine with that. Hashtag. Yes. This place is boring.
This place is boring, and now that we have a fucking hockey team, we just can't seem to get it together, though.
I'm honestly... The Aviator Stadium's finished now, and I drove by the other day. It's looking good. They did a fucking blank cinder block wall like they do on every building in this fucking town. Stadium's looking good. I might go see some Aviator games, but I don't know. I'm just not... Oh, Vegas. I think it's because I'm not from here.
Yeah, you're Hugh Cubbies.
Yeah, my family's from Chicago, or my family's from Illinois, and then I'm from California.
Chicago.
And I do like deep dish pizza, so.
Yeah, I'm more of a New York style, even though I've never been to New York. Because I like
New York style, too.
I like the floppy.
I love Chicago dogs.
All right. Next subject, this one right here. You okay with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, hit me with those questions first before we go into what it actually is for the listeners.
We touched a little bit on this last week, right?
No.
That was that in just a personal conversation?
Yeah, we had a bit of a slide back away from it because I was like, ugh.
PlayStation 4 is the only platform that's coming out for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So PlayStation 4 is getting the remastered remake of Final Fantasy VII. It's being done by Square Enix, Square whatever. Squaresoft. Square Cubed. But now my question for you is, I didn't play Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
You are a Final Fantasy VII fan.
Yes.
How do you feel about the fact that it's no longer turn-based?
It looks like it plays like Final Fantasy 12 and 15.
Okay.
It looks like it has some sort of combat string where the gambit system might be a part of it, and the limit breaking and all of that. I'm like, okay, this looks good. This looks like it's going to be good. I'm not against this. The only thing is, I don't want them touching the story. The story is what makes the story.
I don't think they are. Is this the... I just pantomimed that for you, but...
I know.
Coming down, she dies. Only character to stay dead.
Is
that 7?
That is 7.
Okay.
And get this. Apparently, there's a way to revive her in 7.
Ooh.
There was a way to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just got found out about 2015.
So...
And I don't know if it was true or not, but it was... I don't know if it was speculation.
I can't remember her name.
Aerith. Yeah.
Okay. I was pantomiming the sword.
Yeah, well, when you went like this, it looked like chop. I was like,
no, it was supposed to be...
It's a stab.
Yeah,
I get
he
you.
comes
down from the heavens,
yeah.
yes. But even still, Sephiroth is still the materia-eating badass, caring for his mother, that sort of thing. Good shit. I just hope they don't do too much to change the story.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Square Enix, Squaresoft, Square. They did one of the Hitman games, which I really liked. I actually liked it a little bit better than the Warner Brothers sequel. But they did something with that one that I didn't exactly enjoy that they are now doing with this game. They are releasing it in parts.
Fucking hate it.
So
I don't... Okay, but here's also the other thing is they're releasing it in parts, but I don't want to pay more.
You don't.
Oh, okay, good.
With the Hitman one, you bought it, you owned the whole thing.
I release the whole fucking game. With Hitman, I can kind of see it because it's supposed to be like episodes.
Yeah, when a year after it came out, roughly around a year after it came out, they released a DLC that was some extra missions, but they also did a bunch of free DLCs before then.
So I mean, yeah, that's fine and fair. But this is a lockdown 80-hour game. Oh,
sorry,
you were building that one.
Yeah,
but this is an 80-hour fucking game.
Yes,
and to break it down, having you pause at a certain point of the game, I would cripple myself. I would stab myself in the leg.
I don't
and be
understand
like, this
how
is
it's
much
gonna
better
work
than
for this one.
No. I would stab myself in the leg and say this is better than the game.
It worked for Hitman. I didn't enjoy it, but it worked for Hitman.
It worked for Hitman because it's missions.
Yeah.
With this, it's ongoing story that some people already know, and breaking it or pausing it at a certain point would make people go, I gotta wait? No. N-O. Square, pull it back off, release the whole fucking game. Don't do this to your loyal fans. If you want to play all of Final Fantasy VII, good news, it's available on PlayStation now, I'm sure. Because it is.
Is it?
I'm
I think it is.
I think it is also.
Or was that the Switch that it came out for?
Even still, it's $6 on the PS4. Fuck's sakes.
There you go.
It's a good game. Very great game. I recommend it if you don't mind a lot of pandering. It's one of the heavy panders for JRPGs, but it's still a really fun play. It's got some good character development. It actually hits most of the characters quite well. The only downside I have...
Complete with Swords from the Heaven. No.
Complete with Swords from the Heavens. And strange bombs that don't explode. But that's another thing for if you happen to dig into that game. I just enjoy it. It's a good game. If you want my personal favorite Final Fantasy 12 is my favorite.
15's killing it for me.
15 is a good one. It's up there. My ranking is 12, Tactics, 7, 8, 10, 10-2, 13, and then all the OGs from the SNES era, but only because of the music boosting it up.
Where does 15 fall on that scale?
It was 3.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What other than
love Tactics? Tactics is great.
The game looks beautiful.
Game looks fantastic.
They brought in all new voice actors.
Yes.
And one of the original voice actors even said he's completely cool with it. The guy that's been in like every fucking Final Fantasy game, he's like, yeah, I get it, man.
Well, also the OG didn't have any voice acting.
No, but he's done characters in the other ones.
Of course.
And so when they were like, we're doing a whole new cast, he's like, that's cool. That's fine.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm here for it for now. I probably won't buy it on launch. If anything, I'll probably buy it once the full game's out.
I just pointed out Quincey. I want that. I want the whole thing. I want everything. If I can get it for the same price at the very end, I don't care. If it goes down in price when the whole thing drops, that'd be better. But as of right this point in time, I don't want to start up a game, get 20 hours into it, and have to wait.
And the funny thing is, I like Square Enix. I like a lot of their games. Like I said, I liked their Hitman. I liked their Tomb Raiders. So I'm excited for this. I like Sleeping Dogs. In fact, I recently just beat Sleeping Dogs again a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So them doing a Final Fantasy remake, I'm cool with. I don't think episodic works for this. So, what do you want to move to next? You want to stay in the realm of Japan for a second?
We got a couple more stories for Japan.
So let's hit the second one then.
Yeah.
So, the 2020 Olympics.
Okay. Now, another thing I'm a huge fan of is huge robots.
Yes.
I love Gundam.
I love mechs.
There's only 2 Gundam shows that I would never recommend to anyone, and that is G Gundam because it's insatiably racist, and it has no ties to what Gundam truly is. It's supposed to be just a tournament of all countries, like a world tournament fighting thing between giant robots, but some of them come off real bad.
Okay.
Like Mexico
I've
is
never seen
a
it.
giant sombrero. Holland is a giant windmill.
I'm going to be completely honest. I know several Mexicans, and I'm part Mexican myself. The sombrero thing, they don't really care.
Okay, but I'm just saying that it could come off as.
I'm not speaking for the whole country, just speaking for some.
No. But and the other one is Gundam Unicorn.
Sounds terrible.
It's got good art,
okay,
but the story just boggles my fucking mind.
Out of the mech shows I've seen, because I've seen a lot of mech shows. Don't get me wrong, I know we're talking Gundam, but if you're Gundam, it's mechs. You know?
Yeah, okay.
I don't like the Netflix Voltron.
Fair. I also don't mind it. It has a good. I saw a couple episodes. It has a good couple humorous portions of the characters interacting. But I concur. I wouldn't really. I'm not really leaning in too hard on it.
And then they did this weird thing where they got the original Voltron. But what they did instead was had the writers from the current Netflix Voltron pick their favorite episodes put them in a collection, and that's what you can watch on Netflix. You can't watch all of original Voltron. You watch their hand-picked favorites. Favorites.
Another thing that they brought up not too long ago is Ultraman.
I love Ultraman.
I don't mind him.
But he's not really a mech.
He's not really a mech, but no. What kind of sidles me on because you said Netflix, and that kind of sparked in my mind. They're doing Ghost in the Shell.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a new one between them.
Okay.
It's supposed to be the ending of Standalone Complex.
Okay.
I worry about how that's going to come off.
I worry about any time they try to do pretty much anything anymore. I mean, look at their live-action Death Note.
Their live-action's weird, but their animated's okay.
Anime is not bad. I really love Castlevania.
I fucking fell in love with Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
Tears were down my cheeks. Episode 8 or 10.
Is My Lie in April theirs, or is it just on there?
It's just on there.
Okay. So let's switch back over to this.
Okay. They're sending robots to space.
Yeah. So I've got the name. Let me pull it back up. I got it right here. Apparently I don't.
The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA.
Yeah, JAXA. Basically, they're NASA. For those of us here in the States.
Yeah, and they're launching a couple Gundam out into space.
They're partnering with the University of Tokyo to launch Gunpal models into space for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. During the 2020 Olympics, Gundam models are going to be watching over the athletes, transmitting supportive messages to the competitors as they orbit Earth.
Yeah, they're sending the original Zaku and the original Gundam from the OG Amuro versus Char. Holy shit, that goes way back to like... Oh shit, I forgot to mute the thing.
Ignore that, everybody. We don't have licensing for that.
we do. Well, actually, I think it might actually be open for...
Are you kidding? We played 5 seconds. Sue us.
You're right, but
distorted.
But look at how old that is.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like it's old fucking Speed Racer.
Yeah, Speed Racer, Astro Boy, and Gundam are how are like my original animes.
Yeah.
You know, and
mine was Akira, and boy oh boy did it shape my psyche.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, that was
that is a weird place to start.
That was a great place to start. My mind no work good now.
No, mine straight up was Astro Boy and Speed Racer. So I think I had like the easiest start to that.
Yeah, and then after that was Tenchi Muyo, I think. No, Dragon Ball Z.
I think after that for me it would be Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really watch anything until me and Lauren started dating, and she wanted me to get into anime, and then that's when my anime horizons really started to broaden.
And then I had all the anime. Oh god, between the last 7 years, I've watched so much anime. Like One Punch Man season 2 is doing okay. Really wish it gave a little bit more. Boku no Hero season 4 is coming out soon.
The problem is with
JoJo Part 5.
I can't keep up with the subtitles, being dyslexic, and I'm not trying to use that as a crutch. I try and I can't. There's certain foreign movies that I absolutely love that I've gotten lucky that their subtitles were slow enough that I can keep up with. One of them being Cinema Paradiso or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Pan's Labyrinth, and for the most part, I try to keep up when it comes to subbed anime, but for me, it's just easier to watch dubbed.
That's fine.
So I limit myself to what I can get dubbed, and I have had some amazing ones. I still absolutely love Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
Trigun is one of my all-time favorites. I've seen all of Yu. I've seen a good chunk of Inuyasha, Afro Samurai. I started My Hero Academy with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's plenty out there that I've seen, and there's plenty out there I want to start. So it's a growing thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So let me hit on a couple of my small ones before we get into another big one like this.
Sure thing.
So The Tick just got canceled after season 2.
That sucks.
Spoon! It's only been out for about a month, season 2, and they already canceled it. And I know what's going to happen is they're going to come out, or if they haven't already, and be like, well, it's because nobody was watching it. The numbers are down. And here's my argument. You waited almost a year, just barely missing the year mark between seasons.
Yeah.
And not like there's a season every year. No. Like a fucking huge gap between season 1 and season 2. Also, when they released the first episode from season 1, that's all they made. They released it and went, if that does well, we'll make the season. And it did well. And they went, okay, we're going to make the season. And then they took a while. So people moved on to other shit.
Yeah, and it's not like Game of Thrones isn't pulling people's attention.
And Game of Thrones also had a huge gap between its previous season and current season.
Fair point.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they left on mostly cliffhangers that people were dragging in. Tick season 1, not so much.
I mean, it's a Tick. We all know the story.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to kind of be like a little relaxed. Like, I'll watch this on my downtime after this. Or...
I just don't understand. Like, you know, I get they've got plenty of originals they're working on. Amazon's a very busy company. I understand that.
Man in the High Tower is still one of my favorite shows.
Top Gear. Or no, sorry, not Top Gear. Top Gear was the show they left. Grand Tour. Grand Tour is the one I was thinking of. I love Grand Tour, and that one is one where they've got to kind of a little bit more. But I don't know how I feel about canceling a show that you kind of fucked over.
Fair.
So that's what I gotta say on it. I'm sad to see it go. I'm hoping they kind of decide to auction it to someone else, but I doubt that'll happen.
I doubt that will too.
Hit another small one here. There's a current DuckTales show going on. It's doing very well.
Yep.
David Tennant plays Scrooge, which is really fun.
Mm-hmm. And Donald's a part of the cast.
Donald is a bigger part this time around.
Sure.
They announced that a character is coming back in this upcoming episode, and I'm very excited. And I think there's a very simple way me and you can bring this in, because I already told you about this. Ready? Let's get dangerous. Darkwing Duck's back. I don't know if he's going to get his own show. I'm hoping he does.
I mean, I'm sure if that episode spikes, I'm pretty sure they might lean in.
I mean, and they've already got Launchpad in... originally, Launchpad was in both shows.
Yeah.
So he's currently in DuckTales. So they've already got that started, so he could also be in Darkwing.
He could.
So I say go for it.
Yeah, or fucking give another character. Let's start pulling out some new characters, because... If it's going to be a multi-universe kind of thing, kind of like how Marvel's doing, I would say go ahead and give Launchpad to stay with Scrooge and make a new character that is, solidarity for Darkwing.
So,
like a Batgirl, if you will, a Duck Girl.
Duck Girl?
Darkwing Duck Girl. Dark.
We can figure something out.
Nightshade?
Maybe. I feel like that's something. That sounds like it's something.
Well, it's a plant.
No, I know, but I mean like something character-wise.
There you go.
He's playing my mic because I keep bumping it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the big one here.
I don't know how to feel about this because it hurts me.
Okay, so I've got the specs on it, and
give me the spec.
I don't think it hurts.
So it's Sony and Microsoft working together to make a streaming partnership because Sony can't fucking get downloads good.
So now here's the thing. When they say streaming partnership, it's not streaming partnership. This shouldn't be worded that way.
But to be fair, it's on 4 of our fucking things right here.
I understand, but it's not like they're going, oh, we're launching a streaming service together, because that's not what they're doing.
That is not what... No, it's just a server help.
So, Microsoft has Azure.
Azure.
A-Z-U-R-E.
Azure.
It sounds very, like...
prominent.
Yeah. And so Sony's going to be going and connecting and doing stuff in Azure because Sony is kind of dropping the ball when it comes to cloud stuff and streaming stuff. And I play my PlayStation Now games streaming.
Buggy as shit.
Bugs. Like, now you can download, which is good, but I have dropped out of so many. I've dropped out of the original God of War so many fucking times. It's insane.
Yeah, we were playing fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, and I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, it was buggy.
The fucking cutscene was acting up, and I'm like, is there a fucking disc in there? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So hopefully this little handshake helps fix that.
So as part of this collaboration, they're also going to be doing a joint thing to start working on their AI stuff as well.
Which is very strange.
Yeah.
Because if they start doing shit like that, then we might actually see fucking Cortana on the fucking PS4.
Cortana sucks on the Xbox One.
I know,
so.
I know, but that's kind of the angle I'm leaning toward, is that we might actually get a Cortana knockoff.
They're also going to be working on semiconductors together,
So I mean, this is just the start of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah,
maybe we're hoping.
Yeah, it's all technical stuff. We're not going to get the Xbox PlayStation.
Well, okay, Microsoft just said we're collaborating with Sony to explore new cloud solutions for gaming and content streaming. So that's just the snippet for Twitter. So that's the close-ended, not going into details way of putting it.
They're basically taking Sony's semiconductors and Microsoft's iCloud and pushing them, or not iCloud, sorry. Their cloud, and pushing them together because the semiconductors work well, but they don't have a good cloud to work in. They have a good cloud to work in, but they don't have the they're like combining them so that they each have a thing to work within to improve on.
And that makes me
purely to make the technology go further.
That, and what really makes me wonder is Sony's security has gotten better, but I'm curious to know if there's going to be a break.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be in Microsoft's cloud, so it's Microsoft security, not Sony's.
You're right.
So.
I knock on wood, hope that
nobody look at porn on the company computer.
Yeah.
That's the best I can give you.
Yeah.
Don't open random emails about random people.
I'm sure they get their fucking PR just going, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
Screening emails, don't talk to me.
Yeah, they're also working to advance the AI platform and tools in Sony consumer products.
I mean,
I think maybe you're right where they're going to get like a Cortana in Sony, but I don't know if it'll be called Cortana. No. I mean, Sony doesn't do computers, right? Like, I don't know of a Sony computer. Unless you want to count the PlayStation 2.
No, they did it. They did it for a brief while. They had the Vizo.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
VAIO.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, so they do computers, but it probably runs
like
Windows, right?
Oh shit, that's a strong ass computer. Yeah, they're still making them, and they're still
Intel.
Okay,
yeah, so they do them. I'm sorry, that was my bad. What processor does it run? Intel Core.
Most are Intels.
Yeah, i7.
I can see a couple that were running.
Scroll down a bit.
Okay. Yeah, they're still making them.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it probably runs Microsoft already.
Oh yeah.
So I could definitely see them continuing to do some Cortana work then.
Yeah, this is. I mean, they probably buy out the licensing keys for Windows 10 Professional and just throw it on there. I'm hopeful.
I see nothing but good stuff coming from this.
And especially if this handshake does actual gaming business, we could see God of War crossing the lines into the Xbox. Yeah. We can see Halo sliding onto the PS4.
I don't know if that'll ever happen. I mean, I would hope. I want to see.
You got to figure Goliath right now, as of today, right now as we are speaking, is the Switch. Mm-hmm. They are making A+ titles without putting any money into it.
I just want a monster console to finally happen. One that's just so great by one of these companies or a joint venture by all these companies that they just go, fuck it. We're just going to publish games now. Fuck making consoles ourselves.
PC.
I said console.
Steam. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight fucking face.
No, but here's the thing. While you want to say PC, and that's fine. I understand PC is great.
Yeah, PCs are strong.
But then there's also the fact that good luck playing fucking Arkham City on, or not Arkham City, Arkham Knight on PC. And that's not the PC's fault. That's the developer, I know.
I heard they fixed it.
They eventually did, yeah. But it took them fucking months, dude.
Yeah, okay.
The game was out for months. Right. And I don't mean like, oh, the game was out for no, months. So the Sony thing, Microsoft thing, I think it's good, and I think it's good for stock prices too.
I just hope that they don't screw this up.
I'm sitting here going, son of a bitch, why isn't my stock in fucking Microsoft? Or Sony. Either one would have been a good moment for just now. I think I need to rethink my portfolio. So, what do you want to move to next?
I guess we'll move to this because I don't fucking know what the fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to start at the beginning.
Okay.
CW, which used to be Warner Brothers. It used to be the WB.
The WB, yes.
And then they decided, the WB is not working, which, fuck you. You had amazing shows on there. I hated to see the WB go. And it became CW, and it's owned by more than one company, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
So currently they've got Riverdale, Black Lightning, Flash,
Supergirl,
iZombie, Supergirl. Those are like the big ones. they've got Arrow and Supernatural. They're two biggest that are ending. And with that void, they're going to have to fill it with some new stuff. Before we get into the new stuff, though, CW just ended their deal with Netflix.
What?
So they're going to start pulling all the shows.
So that means more shit's leaving Netflix. Netflix is starting to hurt.
The way it's going to work is Netflix still has the right to bid on the shows, just like every other company.
Okay.
So when season 3 of Arrow goes up, I mean, no, that's a show that's well past season 3. They're on season 7. But when season 3 of Arrow goes up, the way it works is they go, who wants this? And the streaming services all go, me. And they go, we'll start the bidding at X amount of money.
$2 billion.
$2 billion. And then they all bid and try to outbid each other. And some of them come with a joint thing of, fuck it, we'll both take it. Something like that.
I bid $2 billion.
So, I need about $350.
God damn it,
so Netflix will still be allowed to bid on CW shows. It's just they no longer immediately get CW shows. Up to this point, you've been able to keep up with Riverdale, Supernatural, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow.
They even had a streaming service, did they not?
They have the CW Seed, which is a streaming service, but it doesn't have most of those.
Oh.
It's for things like they've got like Who's Line on there.
Oh.
They do like their anime shows. I got some news on that as well.
Oh.
So CW and Netflix isn't really going to be a thing anymore.
Okay.
And then today, I think it was today, CW decided, hey, here's a teaser and a trailer for Batwoman. Oh, and it's going to be on the same night as Supergirl. So yeah, there's that. Oh, cool. All right, more superhero stuff. Now Arrow's going. I'm glad to see more superhero stuff. Oh, also, here's Katie Keene. That's connected to Archie. It's another comic from the Archie era. So that's got a teaser. Oh, sweet. Oh, and here's the Nancy Drew teaser. Like, holy shit, calm down.
No.
There's like stuff. And so there's stuff about the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. CW just hit us hard with a lot of shows, a lot of news, and everything. As well as an animated Deathstroke TV series that is going to be on CW Seed. So it's free to watch. CW Seed's free to anyone. You just get the commercials. So
neat.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know too much about Deathstroke.
Yeah. He's what inspired Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and then I the only thing I know about him is he's in Injustice and he was played by Will Smith in Suicide.
No, that's Deadshot.
That's Deadshot?
That's Deadshot.
Oh, then I have no fucking idea. DC and me, no.
He's a fun character. He's an interesting character. He's a big part of the Arrow TV show also.
Okay. I needed...
He's a little different in that, but not in a bad way. It's enjoyable still.
Okay.
So yeah, we just got hit with a bunch of CW news, and it kind of makes me go, shit. Like, teaser trailers, new fucking shows, all this shit, and Netflix is sitting there going... We don't have a guarantee on any of this.
No. But here's a story. Okay, last week we just talked about Lionsgate Games releasing a John Wick Hex, which is a game.
Yes.
Now they're working on something else.
I don't like this.
I'm neutral to this.
Okay.
But Chris Rock, I don't know. Chris Rock is a good mind.
I like Chris Rock.
He's working on...
Chris Rock.
Chris
Rock.
I
can't talk.
Okay, but he wants to do a reboot for Saw.
Yes.
And I'm okay with that.
So he's working with the original creators.
Yeah.
They're saying October 23rd, 2020. It's already got a date.
Wow.
They're calling it a reimagining and spin-off of the Notorious Jigsaw Killer. So I don't know, like, when you say reimagining, I think new universe. But then when you say spin-off, I think same universe. I watched all the Saw movies. I enjoyed all the Saw movies. And it ended very well. And then
they did Jigsaw not too long after.
Skip a couple years, several years, actually.
Like, oh, wow. I haven't followed it. So
it was, honestly, it was like 7 years.
Before Jigsaw
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like a 7-year gap, and then Jigsaw came out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I had no interest in seeing this.
Okay.
And now Chris Rock's coming out and saying that he's going to be working on this reboot, reimagining, spin-off with the original creators. And I have no idea what to think of this or what any of this means.
I'm gonna go in a little optimistic. Chris Rock's a fine writer. I don't see him being a problem.
Chris Rock is not the issue I have with this at all. Because I love Chris Rock.
Yeah.
My issue is I don't think this is needed. And I think it's going to be really weird. And I think it's going to kind of ruin a very good ending.
Okay. I don't know. The only one I only saw up to 4. Yeah, I only saw up to 4. So
it gets a little clunky in the middle. I agree, but the way they ended it is so worth it.
like all of the character interactions were good. The first one was spectacular.
Yeah, first one's amazing.
Second one was a little bit better in my opinion, just because of the claustrophobia most of them gained.
Being in that house.
Being in the house, and then having the ending solution, you know, it's on the back of your mind type of thing. I was like, okay, cool. Third one,
The issue I ran into when it come to, I think it was 3, 4, and 5, but I could be wrong, was that like 2 or 3 of them were happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And you didn't really realize it until the end of like a second or third one of those. Like you had to watch the second or third one that was happening at the same time before you understood it was happening at the same time.
You're like, oh, okay, cool. That's where he came. Oh, okay. And then you roll your eyes and you go, okay, it's his turn to play. Cool. All right, on to the next.
So
and then it rinse and repeat.
But I enjoyed it. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. 2020? October?
Yeah, October 23rd, 2020.
Ooh.
They for something that was just announced, they already have a date. I'm like, oh, holy shit, you're hoping. Granted, it's a long ways away, so it's like
a year and a half.
More than a year. Yeah, it's like a year and a half still. And what? It's
year and 4 months.
Something like that, yeah.
Or a year and 4 months.
So, do you want to talk about this one or?
Sure. So, me and Quincy are a medium fan of Lego. We don't have necessarily too much in our, palace. We bought some custom Legos when we were out there.
Oh, I think you're misunderstanding. So, you're a medium fan of Lego. Open that drawer. Open that, not drawer, sorry. No, the closet door. In the red container.
Oh, I see.
That's only half.
Oh.
Yeah. So he says we're medium fans. You're a medium fan.
You're a bitch.
I just can't afford them.
Yeah.
I have hundreds of dollars with Legos. I have the majority of the third set for the Harry Potter set.
Neat.
So I have some Star Wars.
Yeah, and you're a big fan of the Lego games, where
I was a bigger fan back in the day. I still enjoy them now. They're still fun now. The only thing that gets me to pre-order them is those special minifigures. Like I got Finn up there, and I've got Giant Man or Giganto or whatever he was called. And then we do have our figures. We made figures when we went to the Lego store in California. And then in a box over there, I've got the Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion castle thing. So I'm pretty into it.
I had to pick the scared face.
Yeah, you did pick the scared face.
Go away.
So, go ahead and lead with this one, though.
Okay. Stranger Things is getting a set. It's $200, and it features the house, the regular house that has the lights all strung up, and it flips over to reveal the upside down. And I was like really skeptical on how they were gonna do this, and it does it quite well. You literally just flip it over. And
well, if you look, it's got these pieces right here in the center. You see these?
Yeah.
I think you just pop those out, and you can have it as 2 different pieces.
Ah, okay. But even still, I mean, and then you got the closed mouth Demogorgon that can replace with the open mouth Demogorgon. You got the detective. You got
the mom. You've got the kids.
11.
Yeah, you've got 11. It's Stranger Things. Did we say that?
Yes.
Stranger Things.
I did say it was Stranger Things.
I always panic thinking we didn't say anything. It's got the Jaws poster, and it says shark on it instead of Jaws.
Which, don't they...
Universal owns that.
Yeah, I know. But have they worked with Universal before for like Jurassic World and all that shit?
Yeah, but it doesn't guarantee anything.
I know.
It's probably just easier.
Yeah.
It's got the kids, it's got the radio, it's got the walkie-talkie, and the way it works is it is a mirror flip. One side is like the house, how it is in our world, and the other side is the house in the other realm.
Where's that Demogorgon?
It was towards the top.
Oh, I gotta go up that.
Right there.
There he is. Oh. Or I just can't click it. That's fine. This is fine.
Yeah, so, it's also got the sheriff's Jeep or truck or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty big set, complete with 2 trees, both the regular world and the alternate worlds.
Like, it actually...
So 4 trees total.
It clicks in to actually give a good mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you have it set onto one of the sets of trees, it showcases both sides. The top is normal or whatever.
The way the coloring works and everything, it almost looks like the reflection in like water.
And it looks so cool.
Yeah. So it's a 200 set. It'll be out on June 1st. I think it's pretty cool. I feel like this is one they should set up inside the Lego stores because they got the Lego stores where they pick sets to set up. Set this one up.
Set this one up.
Find some way to display it so that it can be sitting there flipped and then flipped again. So, now another thing in
shopping,
licensed shopping stuff. Pottermore's where we're pulling this from. Vans signs deals with people for different things. They did a really cool run at Journeys for several years where it was Marvel. I went through 2 split pairs of Spider-Man Vans while they were doing that. Now they have signed a Harry Potter deal.
And, okay, so they're individual types of shoes. With the Gryffindor, you get the Skate High Gryffindor era for Slytherin. That looks really nice. The only downside is it's not my color scheme. You get the authentic for Ravenclaw and the classic slip-ons for Hufflepuff.
Now, the problem is I like the authentic personally when I'm wearing...
Yeah, but we're in our own minds, we're different houses.
Yeah.
I'm Ravenclaw. You are...
I'm Hufflepuff.
You're Hufflepuff?
Yeah.
And Hufflepuff gets kind of the screw end of it by
We always do.
You got... Well, to be fair, you guys are the whole we are relaxed type, so the slip-ons
make sense. They try to do the shoes the way they would make sense for the people wearing them.
Yeah.
So the Ravenclaws wearing the authentics makes sense. The Hufflepuffs wearing the slip-ons makes sense. The high-riding fucking skating ones for Gryffindor makes sense. The classic whatever's... They did the Slytherins for the classics, but they made it look like snakeskin.
Yeah.
Now the weird thing that I don't like about these.
Okay.
Look at the Slytherin ones.
Okay.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. I think they have...
One's got bigger scales than the other, and noticeably bigger scales.
And I can't.
And I don't like it.
Can I do this?
Yeah, probably.
Can I do this, please? Thank you. No, just fucking give me the... Oh, what was... Oh.
That's kind of cool.
That's trippy as fuck. I don't like it. Can we get... Oh, we have to be emailed about it?
Yeah, they're not actually out yet.
Okay. But even still, the website's fucking trippy. Go to Vans.com. Oh, it's the UK one. I'm sure you can get it in the US.
I don't know if you can. Go back to the Pottermore site. It'll tell us.
We'll keep you posted on the Vans available along with the upcoming styles. Best foot forward. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's not okay. They're just in production.
Yeah, they're not actually out yet, but they were announced today, and I thought they were interesting looking.
I mean, they are.
I would probably get the Ravenclaw ones out of all of them, just because I don't like the fact that the Slytherin ones don't match, and I don't even like Ravenclaw's colors. So I still probably want to get them.
Blue and silver.
Yeah, the problem is when they did this, they thought they were being clever, making the shoe style make sense for the person. And it is clever. But the thing is while I'm a Hufflepuff, I don't wear the slip-ons.
Yeah, no.
I don't like the slip-ons. I like the ones that the Ravenclaws are.
Yeah. I also like the Slytherin. I would like to get the Slytherin ones without the scales, but more of Raven plumes.
Yeah. I've actually got 2 pairs of the style that the Ravenclaw one is. I got 2 gray pairs downstairs.
Yeah, I need something that covers the ankles though, so I would probably lean more toward the Gryffindor style, just because me and my half boots.
Yeah,
come on,
I like my ankles uncovered.
Yeah, fuck that.
I like mobility.
Fuck that. But I mean, they're nice. They're all
Vans
nice.
has a thing where you can sign up for an email; it'll keep you caught up. I'm also sure if you have your Pottermore account, you'll be caught up as well.
And I don't know if you hear me clicking.
Justin, as we were talking, is signing a petition. So he's on change.org signing a petition right now that, let's see if it changes the numbers. Yep. Here we go. The petition is currently at 102,780 have signed out of the 150,000 they want. This is a petition to get a statue of Stan Lee made in his hometown of New York City.
Yep.
I'm all for it. I'll sign the petition too. In fact, if you want to throw my stuff up there, you can. Same. I'm not going to tell you guys my email. Sorry. We've got the Ugly Mugs email if you want to talk to us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're both signing this. And let's see what the new count is. It's being a dick. Come on, change.
Oh my god.
One more.
No.
come on.
There we go.
There we go.
So,
Yeah, so
there we
now-
go. There's our 2.
102,785. We just watched it jump up. 88.
Yeah, it's going.
So-
It's going. So cool.
Everyone get out there and sign this. I think that there needs to be some kind of statue for Stan out there. And I would say that they would have had one at the Marvel offices out there, but they moved all the offices a couple years ago to California.
And I'm hoping that we have the Avengers
Station?
station
Yeah.
up at the what is
Treasure
it?
Island.
Treasure Island?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hoping they do something from up there.
I do too, but the problem is the station thing is cool right now, but how much longer is Treasure Island going to keep that there before they change it? How many things have we seen come and go in this town? There used to be a fucking Wizard of Oz thing set up at MGM. So
You're right.
Station's been here for what 3-4 years now, so I don't know how much longer it's gonna stick around. I'm hoping it does.
Oops.
Just pull up Avengers Station.
Oh.
So yeah, Stan deserves the statue. I think. There's plenty of other comic book creators that I think deserve the statue as well. I would love to see one for Kirby. I would love to see.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry, the page went blank and it threw me off. I would love to see one for like the actual founders of Marvel, because one of the mistakes that that happens quite often is that they say that Stan founded Marvel. He didn't. He just joined it very early on.
Yeah, he was one of the founding fathers, if you will.
Kinda, yeah. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We were trying to figure out when Station opened. It's copyrighted 2019. I know it didn't open this fucking year.
No.
So,
yeah, it doesn't say.
It doesn't say. But I mean, it's been out here for a while, so I'm not sure how much longer it'll be out here. Honestly, if Treasure Island ever drops it, I think someone else should open it. Maybe a Wikipedia page?
We're just gonna do that.
Nope, that didn't work either.
Is newest treasure? Hold on.
Newest treasure.
2016.
2016. There we go. So yeah, it's been 3 years now. In fact, this article is June 29th, 2016. So pretty close to that 3-year mark.
I mean, that's still not too bad.
Yeah. So I got a few more news stories here.
Yeah.
So did you watch Arthur when you were a kid?
Sure did.
Okay.
Learn how to be a proper bully that way.
I did not watch Arthur when I was a kid. I knew of it. I just didn't watch it. I was too busy watching Tom and Jerry beat the shit out of each other. So, they just had a character come out as gay.
Mr. Ratburn.
Yep. Season 22.
We'll premiere with it, yes.
Yeah. So I'm all here for that. That's cool. I was talking to Lauren. She's like, "Oh yeah, we already knew he was gay. It was just a matter of him actually coming out." So
good for him.
Yeah, he's getting married.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I think that Arthur's a PBS show, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. I think a PBS show doing something like this is a really big thing to help start influencing the change and getting kids to be okay with people with different sexual orientations like that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to know something weird? There was a commercial spot that had Game of Thrones characters. I'm not gonna say which ones, because go out and look up. What is it called? Elmo meets. I think it's Cersei and Tyrion.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Elmo is saying, what the difference is between you two, just talk and listen. And I'm just like, oh my god. And Elmo's wearing like this halfway fighting gear. And I'm like, oh my god, Elmo, no. Don't tell me you killed someone.
Well, HBO owns Sesame Street now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they did the crossover.
Yeah, which it's fun, and I'm glad that HBO saved Sesame Street when it lost its funding. So that was a cool one.
Yeah.
I've got one more news story, and then we can go into our subject for the day.
Okie dokie.
So we were talking about 2 weeks ago, roughly, I do believe, that Disney was trying to buy Comcast's share of Hulu, making them at like 99% or maybe even 100% of owning all of Hulu after the Fox deal and everything. Comcast did not sell. Instead, they came to an agreement. And they signed an agreement that says Disney has control of Hulu. They make the decisions. It is 100% on them. Comcast is still there. And that come January 2024, if Comcast, and it's Comcast that owns it technically because Comcast owns NBC Universal and NBC Universal owns this section of Hulu.
Yeah.
So if come January 2024, they've decided they want to sell, Disney has to buy.
Which is
Disney.
good.
Disney gets to be in control, and then 5 years from now, if Comcast decides either A, they're running it into the ground, or B, they've made it worth selling, they will then sell, and Disney has to buy. So Disney is now in control of Hulu. Currently, they estimate Hulu is worth around $27.5 billion.
Pocket change.
Meaning that NBCU's section of that, their stake in that, is worth at least $9 billion. So if Disney improves this over the next 5 years,
Jesus Christ,
NBC could possibly sell it for twice that much, if not more.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I think it's a smart role where you go, yeah, you guys sit back and do the work. We'll just wait, rake in the money for the next 5 years, and then sell for a bigger amount.
Oh, God.
I think this could be a good thing. We're seeing a lot of waves because of the Disney purchasing so many things. Simpsons, I think starting September or something like that, will start airing episodes on Freeform, like reruns.
Yep.
So motion's all over the place because of what Disney's doing. And to think, Iger's leaving. Like, he won't be CEO much longer. Yeah. And he has pioneered so many insane deals for this company. And now he's like, yeah, I think I'm ready to move on. And I think the board's ready for me to move on. And I'm like, if I was the board, I'd be like, where are you going? Sit back down. We don't own the world yet.
And then you have all of Phase 4 of Marvel being...
That still happen.
That's all blacklist.
And
all we know is just the opening, which is Far From Home.
2022, I think it is, for the next Star Wars movie after the one that comes out this year. 2022 or 2023, something like that.
It's it's gonna be a couple of years.
And I think they just tagged one of the guys from Flight of the Conchords for it. I think that's what it was.
Like, real talk, yeah, we got a long way to fucking go for anything.
Short time to get there. No, wait, that's not right. Smoking the Bandit. Sorry.
Oh.
Long way to go. Short time to get there. So I did forget about this news story, but I just remembered again. You'd mentioned Predator game.
Okay.
So, Ilphonic, video game developer, they did the Friday the 13th video game that started out a little rough, but got really good really quick. Yep, that's them.
Okay.
They also, same year, did Dead Alliance. They had some smaller things in the past. They did Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric in 2014. They did Ghetto Golf. They did Nexus in 2012. But their big one is the fact that they did Friday the 13th, the game, which now they are not allowed to do anything because the lawsuits the movies are going through.
Huh.
Which is kind of sucks because they have nothing to do with that. However, they are doing an exclusive game for Sony, set to come out 2020, and it's called Predator Hunting Grounds. You want to hit play on that trailer? Make sure. Okay, sound is off.
Sound is off.
This is just like a little cinematic thing that they threw together. Stop skipping.
No, I was just skipping the freaking opening thing that was saying Peggy 18.
So not actual gameplay. They even say at the bottom it is full cinematic. But you mentioned a Predator game, and I thought it was hilarious because this was just announced 5 days ago, 6 days ago, something like that. It's playing more along the lines of the first two Predator movies happened. It doesn't really care about the rest, is my understanding, which is good because the first two are amazing. And subsequently ones, Requiem versus Alien versus Predator, Predators, Predator, all those were okay. It says Hunter be Hunted, so it's gonna be like Friday the 13th was. It's gonna be like Dead by Daylight is, where someone's playing as Predator, the rest are playing as soldiers.
That, you know what that gives me vibes of, and I don't like it. Evolve.
But that's how Friday the 13th was.
I know.
Their Friday the 13th game was someone played as Jason, the others played as camp counselors. It's what they do. And it works really well for Friday the 13th, and it works really well for Dead by Daylight. I will agree with you. Evolve was a shit fucking game.
Okay.
I hated Evolve. I luckily didn't pay for it. I played a free weekend. And anyone that buys Evolve, I think you're absolutely insane.
I mean, yeah.
But the way they did Friday the 13th was amazing. And the way the people over at Dead by Daylight, which is not them, but in the same vein, did that. Yeah. It's amazing. And that's had crossovers with several horror movies.
Yeah.
So them being able to do Predator... I think so.
Yeah.
Them being able to do Predator, I think, will be a good thing. Plus, it gets it into a little bit more of an action-y thing. Yes, like Evolve, but I don't think it'll be shitty like Evolve because you're not upgrading and mount forming the Predator. I mean, he's just the Predator. The Predator is what the Predator is. You know,
Even if he loses, he wins.
yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah.
that's my last news story, but this did kind of spark our topic for today. Aliens. So I wanted to know what your favorite alien is. And when I brought this up, I said it can be anything from Xenomorph to E.T., from Yoda to Predator. It can be anything. But I don't want to hear Superman. While he is an alien, I'm thinking obviously an alien, not looks like human.
Yeah. So Goku is also...
Yeah, let's not do Goku. Let's not do Superman.
Okay, so I would probably say...
Maybe John Jones. Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. I would say, for the sake of benefit, I would say the... Whatever the hell the alien race is that Kif from Futurama is.
Okay, I completely forgot about Kif.
Yeah, I would say him.
The ones that can't come in contact, otherwise they get pregnant and have to give birth to children.
Yeah.
Okay. Kif is fun. I like Kif.
Zoidberg is probably up there also.
What about Zoidberg?
Yeah.
He's basically the Three Stooges.
He's all of them.
See, the thing is, Kif is a fun character. Zoidberg is a fun character. But like the episode where they're on Zoidberg's home planet, I fucking hate that episode.
Because it was like a lot of Jewish stereotypes.
Well, there was that, but there was also just the fact that Zoidberg had to do a fight to the death, and a bunch of people were killed. It was kind of a downer episode.
Yeah. Oh no, my people.
I don't really remember much from Kif's planet other than the really funny lady that was there when he was giving birth. So, for the most part, his culture seems okay. I mean, the fact that the younglings have to fend for themselves in a world where Anakin could be out there. Sorry, Star Wars.
I know. Younglings. I get it.
Okay, so those ones are fun. I definitely enjoy those. See, I always want to say Yoda, but I'm like, how many other of his race have we seen? And one of the games I remember seeing, I think it's in KOTOR, you see another one, and it's not Yoda, but he's only when you're on the Jedi planet, and he doesn't have much to do with the story. E.T. was always a blast for me. Wookiees, that's a good one. I really like Wookiees.
Wookiees are really good creatures.
I really like the Xenomorph, but I feel like Covenant, I think, ruined that by making them man-made.
I'm still salty at the game.
Oh, Colonial Marines?
No, well, that too. I'm mad at both the games. The one that made me shit myself, almost, and the one that made me shit myself in anger.
So I've got the most recent one. What is it? Alien Isolation?
That's it. Thank you.
I don't have my Kinect hooked up because you can have it set up to where it hears you in real life, and then the Xenomorph hears you. And I'm like, I can't deal with that level of difficulty. I already have a hard time with that game. Yeah, I really like the Xenomorphs before they became the man-made thing that they are.
Predator's a good
Predator's definitely a good one. Problem is Predators, aside from having the vagina mouth, pretty much are human.
I suppose.
Like, they're very just elite humans. That's, why they fought Schwarzenegger and yada, yada, yada. Plus, the last Predator movie really ruined the Predators as well, so I'd have to take that out of my headcanon. Because they changed the whole fucking thing.
The Thing?
Oh, The Thing is an amazing one. Now, here's the weird thing about The Thing. The Thing was originally a black and white movie. Mm-hmm. And it was mostly people opening and closing doors. The whole movie, I will find clips for you. The whole movie is people opening and closing doors. The alien was kind of goofy. It was old-timey. You're talking back in the era of, like, them and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not that old, but pretty close.
No, pretty close. Okay.
And then you have John Carpenter's The Thing with Kurt Russell. And it is a fucking amazing movie. And it's a remake, yes, but it's not at the same time because he took the alien to a whole nother point with the whole replicating and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And then someone else did a Thing movie a couple of years ago, but they did it to where it's a remake, but it's almost like it's a prequel. And that was also just The Thing. You're pulling up John Carpenter's The Thing. Mm-hmm. It's the Thing you're thinking of, yeah. This one, I think, is by far one of the most amazing movies you're gonna get when it comes to weird alien shit in the Antarctic.
God damn, that is fucking cool poster art.
Me and Lauren have a whole art book for this, for The Thing.
Didn't you get it signed?
Yes, it is signed. We got it signed by the author. He sadly passed away a couple months later. Or not the author, but one of the artists. Our hopes are to eventually go through and get a bunch of people to sign it because Eli Roth did a forward in it, Carpenter did a forward in it, and I would like to get all their signatures.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing is definitely a good pool. I might go with the Thing over the Xenomorph, except for the fact that we only know about the one. Like, we don't really have knowledge of the rest
race
of the creatures.
Yeah. What about any of the hot aliens from Guardians of the Galaxy?
So the problem is with Guardians of the Galaxy, I end up thinking the comic is where my mind wants to go, and I start thinking like the different alien races in the comic book. There's definitely some fun aliens. The Skrulls are always really interesting. Gamora's race is pretty cool. Drax is very different in the movie versus the comic. So I can't really say anything about his race because he doesn't really have a race in either one, because in the comic they're all dead. In the movie they're all dead, and in the comic, he was actually human and transported into that body after his people were killed.
Oh,
yeah, it's different. If I'm remembering correctly.
But okay, Gamora, what'd you do?
Oh yeah, but the actress is already beautiful. So
yeah, you're right.
I've always had a thing for Twi'leks from Star Wars, though. The ones with the big lid down comes down.
What are they called?
Twi'leks.
Twi'leks?
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't know. Type in Twi'leks Star Wars. I really don't know how to spell it. There you go.
Oh wow.
There's a thingy in there.
There's a hyphen.
Yeah. So Twi'leks.
Not hyphen apostrophe. Okay.
The one I can remember by name, I don't want to say by name because the only time we see her, she's very young, and so that's very awkward. Mission's a Twi'lek, but Mission's a child when we meet her, so that's weird. There you go.
Interesting.
He is a Twi'lek as well, so the men are a little gross versus the women.
Yeah, okay.
There's the Twi'lek from Jabba's palace is what I'm talking about. But I think I have to stick with Xenomorph because outside of seeing that they're man-made, like all other indications of like the aliens, Alien 3, all the shit we see for the Xenomorphs, it's just fucking amazing. The Queen process is amazing. It's just all fucking great. You can't say things like Mandalorians because Mandalorians are just humans. They're just from Mandalorian. So
yeah.
I don't like the bug things from Gears of War. They're
the locust.
Yeah, they're weird.
They are weird.
Space Invaders.
The bug things from Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah, it's actually a book that's way different.
Yeah,
they're making a remake that's supposed to be closer to the book.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of want it because I want something close to the book, but I kind of don't want it because of how much I love the original Starship Trooper movie. Neil Patrick Harris and all.
I mean, yeah, and he looked.
What do you think about the aliens in Fallout? Mothership Zeta.
Oh, they're what could be considered just middle of the road type of aliens. They don't.
They're very classic alien, big heads, abductee.
Yeah, and then they just go back and back. They don't really do too much. But other than that, I don't really have too much as far as other aliens. You're
gonna get to experience a little bit of alien stuff with Star Trek tonight. There are the Vulcans, but I find the Vulcans to be very unlikable because they are so intelligent. They're kind of douchey. And Spock, even only being half Vulcan, is still pretty douchey.
He's snarky.
He's pretty douchey. I don't know, I like the little things too. Like Porgs are fucking adorable.
The Porgs are fucking adorable. I will concur.
So they're a fun little alien race. Ewoks, I don't give a fuck what people say. I love Ewoks. Ewoks are adorable.
Neutral.
I think they're great. One of the saddest moments in the original trilogy is when the Ewoks are fighting and there's the explosion, and the one gets up and he goes to get his friend up and he's like shaking him and realizes he's dead
and
he
has to walk away.
A moment of like sadness.
I gotta go. I don't want to get caught up in this.
Like that is by far one of the saddest things, and it has no understandable language because they're speaking whatever Ewoks speak. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at. Jawas piss me off because they're just so mischievous. Although I do love that they have a language, and one of the words is Utini, which is basically they're like, oh shit,
Yeah, and then
or hey, fuck you.
And you got the sand people.
Oh yeah, sand people, Tusken Raiders. Star Wars has a lot of really good aliens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've also got, what is Maul's race? Darth Maul. I can't remember his race. They're interesting. He's got a brother, I do believe.
Dathomirian.
Yeah, Dathomirian. Yeah. Or Zabrak.
Whatever.
So, it's a very interesting universe. I think I'll stick with the Xenomorph for now because, like, I don't know. It just has this weirdness with the face hugger, like its whole evolutionary thing that it has to do from being an egg laid by the queen to then having to do the face hugger moment to growing within you to then being born. Like, it's all fucking crazy. I even kind of like the thing in Requiem where it took on traits of a predator when it was born from a predator's chest.
No, if we're hitting all the weird things. Oh my god.
You can't type today. I can't talk. You can't type.
You're right. There's a place called The Void in League of Legends. I would say anything from The Void is pretty much fair game as far as alien, because when you look at that, would you say alien?
That was alien. Yeah.
That's pretty alien. And then let's go.
Technically, Cthulhu is from space, isn't he? He lives in our ocean, but he's from space.
But he is from space, and he has the vast knowledge of space, but he doesn't care much for it.
Yeah. Technically, he doesn't live in our ocean. Technically, he's dead, waiting to be resurrected.
Now, this is a human that got absorbed into the void. Would you say that she would be like half alien?
She could be half alien, yeah.
Okay. Because Kaisa is that of the void.
Spock's half alien. So
another one that was void touched.
What is that?
Malzahar.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is all above my head. I don't know any of this.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting it to. I was just wondering how they looked. And then you have fuck, what is his name? Oh god.
Dead air. While you think.
I don't need this from you. I'm gonna sneeze.
They don't need dead air from us. Bless you.
I'm fighting it.
Bless you.
I'm fighting it. Vel'Koz.
It's the eyeball.
The eye of the void.
Sauron.
That's pretty much Sauron. He has a skin that makes him look radiant, but his eye glows so orange. Kha'Zix.
What was the alien from Halo?
The Arbiter?
I don't remember. The one that you can play as one
Arbiter.
Of them. Okay.
Arbiter.
I
like the flood.
There were a few fun ones in Mass Effect.
I mean,
there's the one that has to wear the mask because she can't like breathe in other environments.
Yeah.
She was fun. She's one of your companions. I mean, we like to have fun with aliens in a lot of these worlds, but I feel like a lot of them kind of go to a bug point. What is with that? Why are we so obsessed with bugs in space? Like, even Lovecraft did it.
Yeah. Well, Lovecraft mostly did fish.
But there is the whole story with the guy on the farm writing to the guy back at the college about how they come at night and he has to keep his dogs out and he has to keep the lights on because they can only come out at night, and if it's a full moon, and that's a big issue. I can't remember the name. It's a whole Lovecraft story, but they're bugs. They're not fish, and they're from space.
I'll have to look that one up. But Quarians,
yeah.
The name of the masked individuals.
Yeah, the Quarians were interesting.
Yeah.
I liked her. Granted, I haven't played all the Mass Effect games. Hell, I haven't finished the first one. So
I remember yeeting her out of the area because I accidentally did it.
Oops. Who are the big aggressive ones that can't reproduce because of what their enemies did?
Oh god.
He's another one. You get another one for your team. I don't remember. Mass Effect had some fun ones though. I just don't get the bug thing. Like I said, I mean, you get the bug thing in fucking Gears of War. You get the bug thing in Lovecraft. You get the bug thing in Halo a little bit, don't you? feel one of them's buggish. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Mm.
You also get the fish thing, though. The fish thing is a big thing.
Fish. I love fish. Fish are great.
Oh, Volus. Those ones are interesting. They're in full suits also.
What the fuck? What is that?
The Alcor. They got like big arms and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Oh, hey. Speaking of hot aliens. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about those. Is it the Keepers? No,
the Keepers are the ones that work on the computers.
They're not fucking are they considered non-Citadel?
Yeah, I don't think they were Citadel, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, okay, I'll check the non-Citadel aliens. Batarian?
No.
Fuck no.
I don't remember.
They're
a big part of Triralio, whatever the fuck it is.
What the fuck?
I know there were so many fucking aliens in this game.
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Yeah. No photo. So
no
that's not
photo,
helpful.
so yeah, that's not gonna help us. But
look at you can just pull up companions from Mass Effect 1 because one of them has the ability to be a companion.
Yeah. Holy shit!
Us,
I didn't mean to go through all that.
But guys, let us know what you think for favorite alien. It could be something as humble as E.T., like I said. You know, designed to look like a pug and Albert Einstein. It could be Yoda. It could be the reason why E.T. and Yoda, I always have that connection is because there's that scene where E.T. is going trick or treating with them, and he sees the Yoda costume and gets excited. Do you remember that? He sees a kid in a Yoda costume and starts getting excited.
Oh,
and that was Spielberg doing a nod towards Lucas because they're friends, and Spielberg had been a producer on Lucas's stuff and whatnot. And Star Wars had already been a thing, obviously. Well, then a nod back that happened is in the prequels. They have one of those moments where everyone's like for the council and everyone's meeting. If you pay attention, there is a set of people at that are ET's race.
Oh,
he's not here. I don't fucking understand. Oh wait, keeps going. Okay, there's more of
what I'm
them.
Nothing.
I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him either. But he's the big bulky dude.
Yeah. Scroll back up. I'm gonna give some spoilers. You've played Mass Effect already, right?
I played Mass Effect 1 and 2, but
no. Okay. Ashley, depending on how you do things, spoilers. Mass Effect spoilers. I am warning you now. Ashley shoots him in the back of the head. Depending on how you play things. Because you have the ability to possibly cure his race so that they can start reproducing again. I can't fucking remember the name.
But you don't want that?
She doesn't want that, no. Which is funny because I think Mass Effect 3 ended up curing it anyways.
Huh.
So, let us know what you guys think for aliens. I'm going to stick with the aliens from Aliens. I'm going to stick with the xenomorphs.
I'm going to stick with the Futurama ones because, I don't know, they're most entertaining. Even fucking Lure.
Yeah, they're just fun.
They're
like
fun.
Futurama made aliens fun rather than always deadly and menacing.
Even if they're deadly and menacing, they're still fun.
Yeah, they can still be fun.
Yeah.
What did you think about the slurm slug things?
The depressed one? Yeah. Yeah,
I
can feel
forgot about the depressed one. He's supposed to be Spud McKenzie.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about like just them in general, the whole Wonka thing.
Oh yeah.
The Queen one, it's excretions from her is what slurm is, and Fry just
drinks it.
Every time with Fry. I don't know. That show was great up until the last couple seasons. The seasons that were their DVD seasons. The episodes were longer. They felt they could do more. Those seasons sucked.
Yeah.
I did not like those seasons. But we're going to probably call it a little early. Let us know what you guys think about aliens. Let us know about any of the topics today. Oh, we forgot to talk about one thing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that real quick.
So you tried surprising me, and I had already seen it, and I felt bad. Last week, I think it was, maybe the week before, that Dr. Pepper was doing a temporary flavor for Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, I tried the flavor. It's called Dark Berry. You can slightly smell it. You can slightly taste it. It's very light, and it's fucking delicious. I absolutely love it. Plus, they're doing a Fandango thing, so I get free movie tickets.
Yeah, so we get to actually go see it for inexpensive.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go see John Wick off this, and then I'll probably go see Spider-Man off this, because you can do it up to 5 times. So you get like $30 worth of movie credits. So
not bad.
I mean, you have to buy 10 sodas to do that, but I like it enough that I will drink 10 sodas. Not in a row, but I will end up drinking the 10 sodas.
Yeah.
So All right, guys. Let us know what your favorite aliens are. Please subscribe to us. Give us ratings. Let us know if there's anywhere you want to hear us. Follow us on Twitter. Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
Shout us out.
Yeah. Email us.
We just want to be noticed.
We do have our Patreon up and running.
Yes.
We will get content for that as soon as we can figure out some content for that. But in the meantime, if you feel like giving us monies just for filling your ear holes with this stuff, let us know.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.